Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, Butterfly Spirit 314. Guys, today what I'm going to talk about is how I relieve stress and how you can do the same as I. So I'm just going to share a few methods of what I do to resolve my stress for those of you who don't know how to get rid of stress, okay? So guys, the first way that I resolve stress, mainly work stress or overthinking about things, is that I meditate. So I found this out one night when, after I moved to my new house, and I found I found myself being really anxious to the point where, like, I get up earlier in the morning than I need to before work, okay? So, I found myself really anxious and not being able to sleep, because in order to sleep, you have to be at peace and at rest, okay? So for me, what happened is that I was just like really anxious and things. So what I did is that I used to regularly meditate a couple years ago. So I decided I would start meditating to resolve my feelings. So what I did is that I did a 7-minute chakra meditation, and this meditation actually helped me, and it helped me to calm down, okay, and then I could go back to sleep. Now that day, like that morning, I didn't have too terribly much like energy for work, but I just powered through it and I was okay that day, okay? So when you find yourself stressed out, one thing you can do is meditate. The more regular you meditate, the better you're going to be. If you find yourself getting into an argument, if you find yourself getting stressed out from work, like if people say certain things to you or seem to be nitpicking at you or something like that, then meditating is going to help after you get off work. Not while you're working, but after you get off, because it's going to help you to just go into I guess I would say into like a feeling of peace and things like that. For me, the chakra meditation works really well. I've been using it for a few years and it's been working pretty well. I used to meditate a lot more frequently. Now I'm trying to get back to doing that. But some days, I meditate, like, there will be some days I'll meditate a lot, and then some days I kind of pull back a little bit. But meditation is a great way for you to resolve any stress, anxiety that you have. Another way to resolve stress and anxiety is you can take CBD. So that's something I regularly do, is I take CBD. And taking CBD for me is good because it helps resolve my stress or anxiety. So I have two things. So I have these stress gummies that I take, and they're really good for helping with me being stressed. So like after I get off work, I'll like maybe take 2. That's what you're supposed to take. And then it'll help to bring down your stress. I realized that stress can not only come from work, but it can come from where you live. So if you live in an apartment like I used to, I'm so glad to say used to, if you lived in an apartment like I did, and you have loud neighbors that are slamming doors and stomping above your head, then you're probably not going to be able to get the best sleep, especially if your neighbor's above your head, from like, I'll say 12 a.m. all the way before you get up at work, like 7 a.m., 8 a.m. And this was a real thing. So what I want to tell you guys is taking the stress gummies is good. I tried taking melatonin ones. That really didn't help me very much, if at all. And using earplugs helped too, so that I wouldn't hear my neighbor and things like that. But if you're the type of person who you get up by an alarm clock, that might not be the best thing. I would say you just have to hope that you get up the next morning early like you need to. Like if you regularly go to sleep and get up at the same time, you'll be fine, if you use earplugs and stuff like that. But stress gummies did help better than melatonin gummies. Melatonin gummies didn't really work. Now, I talked about CBD. How does CBD help? CBD helps because if you take CBD, there's different types of forms of CBD that people use. I take edibles. CBD edibles are really good. But you cannot take, like, for example, I'll give you an example. So I take CBD gummies. They're like gummy bears. And these CBD gummy bears that I take, they are, they're like, I believe they're 20, let me think. they're 25 milligrams per gummy bear. So the gummy bear is, I think, is about that big. That big. So if the whole thing's 25 milligrams, I take half of it, and then I give my fiance the other half of the gummy bear. The reason why I don't take the whole gummy bear is that I'm still getting used to CBD, even though it works really well for me. And I don't want to take too much. I tried taking the CBD oil. That didn't help me at all. But taking in the edibles, like the CBD gummies or suckers or something like that, these are really good for helping you with stress. And with CBD, it helps me go to sleep. There's 10 milligram suckers. They work really well, especially if I've been stressed out by work and I just pop one in my mouth, and it's, helps me to calm down gradually. Recently I was upset about work, and so I actually sucked on one of the CBD suckers, and that was 10 milligrams, and it really helped me out because it took me from being angry and upset to calming down and being cool. Okay. My fiance, he'll probably have a different perspective on that, but CBD suckers do help, especially in stressful situations. If you're someone and you have children, my advice would be don't leave the CBD suckers out where your kids can get hold of them, because they'll probably just think they're candy. I mean, they look like suckers, the candy suckers. They look like that. But what I want to tell you is that if you have children, my advice is keep them locked up somewhere in a closet your kids cannot get to, and you can use them or keep them in your purse. Just make sure your purse is not around kids, okay? So that's one of the good things I would say if you get the CBD suckers. If you get the CBD gummies, they do look like candy, so definitely keep these up high, away from children, away from where they can reach and stuff, because if they get that in their system, it might not necessarily work well for them. So I'm just saying, keep that out of the reach of kids. If you're somebody and you don't have kids, then you don't have to worry about them. I would just say, keep them where you want to, and then, put them in a place where you can find them in case you get anxious or stressed. I find CBD helps me a lot because it helps me because of anxiety and stress that I've gone through. So it's helpful a lot, okay? Is there anything else I could think to resolve stress? Another thing to resolve stress is taking time to yourself, doing things you like doing that make you happy, okay? Doing things like that will definitely help. CBD, in my opinion, helps a lot. Meditating helps a lot too. With meditations, you have to pick the right type of meditation that is going to work right for you, okay, so that you feel better, okay? And I think those are the things that help me personally to resolve stress and anxiety. Hold on. Those are the things that help me. I'm outside, and I think it rained a couple days ago, so the pollen's around, so that's why I'm sneezing and everything. But that's what I found has helped me out the most, is CBD and meditation. Thank you.